Good morning, everyone. First thing I'm gonna do is make sure you can hear me. There we go. I think you can. I'm looking at my screen and it looks like you can. No, Pika! Pika, not a chance in hell. Your review, awesome. Fair. I forgot to comment. I always comment, damn it. I forgot. Alright, first thing, can you guys hear me? Yeah, that was kind of more. Yeah. And you know what's so great? Hold on, I'll bring it up. We can hear you loud and clear. Thank you. Good morning, everyone. You know what's so fucking great? Speaking of Ice Nine Kills, which probably very few of you care about, but also Coheed and Cambria has a new song. Go check it out. Ice Nine. They have a little teaser coming out this evening. I'm so fucking stoked for it. It's the trailer for the new song that's coming out the 18th for Art the Clown. I don't know anything about it. Again, a fan of the music, not of the scary movies that they sing about. Like, besides American Psycho, I really don't know the movies. Shut up, Gary. I will punch you after yesterday and that Last of Us bullshit. Yeah, so we're gonna talk about, I was actually just gonna go straight into, the casting of Frank Stone, which we'll probably get to. I'm being fair here, right? We're probably gonna hear a little bit, or see a little bit of that, and probably finish it up later this week, but so I want to give a little bit of context here. Still mad about the Joker, just so everyone knows. But I seen somebody put yesterday, and I wasn't sure who they were. I remember the channel, basically. I liked some of their older stuff, and I couldn't remember, right? What's all the hate for the Joker? I just put, it's abysmal. Okay, because it is. It's abysmal. And then I said that they did a review for it this morning, and I'm like, okay, I like listening to other opinions. I've talked about this before. I think it's a good exercise in humility and being able to have civil discourse to listen to people that disagree with you, right? There's a level, right? There's a level. Because I listened to 30 seconds of it, and then I commented, and I was like, oh my God, you know what? I'm going to delete my comment. We're going to take a look at this. Because the first 30 seconds is, you are fucking stupid. You should like the Joker. And if you don't, you're dumb. That's like, how? How do you get to a point where you get, like, I feel like this should be a mainstream media take, right? Like, I don't understand it. You haven't been mad enough to have 2 streams about something since you did 2 streams on politics running schools. And, to be fair, also, the Chaos Reigns tour. Trailer. I was pretty fucking pissed about that. That one, I think I talked about all week. I didn't have 2 dedicated streams, though. You're right. I didn't have 2 dedicated streams. So, where did it go? Well, that's my history. I need to go to my watch later. I'm dumb. It is, So, I feel like before we even go into this is how my, I said 30 seconds. I watched more than 30 seconds. I watched almost 2 minutes of it. I didn't realize I watched that much of it, but I was legitimately, like, mad watching this review. Because nobody, like, I love when artists get to have their vision, whether I disagree with it or not. And if that's what Todd Phillips got here, that's great. I'm really happy for him. Doesn't mean I'm too dumb to understand it, right? That's where I have the issue with. Have you found the good next cozy game to play? Okay, so yes, actually, before we get into this, I had been playing Roots of Pacha, and I like Roots of Pacha. But it did get repetitive. Like, all cozy games are repetitive to some degree, right? But it got repetitive. I didn't even, to the point where I didn't even want to finish it. So I booted up before stream a little bit. Graveyard Keeper, and I did start that. So I do think that's probably going to be the next one I play, just because it is a different concept. It's a man trying to get back to his wife, and you have to like take care of this graveyard. I haven't got very far into it, but it looks really cool. It does. So I think that's gonna be the next one, because it's different. It's not just like Stardew, where you're like doing your farming and doing this and doing that and then going to town. It's different, so I'm interested. Where does she find these people? This was on my recommended, you guys. This was on my recommended, because I interacted with a community post yesterday, and I'm sure that's why it popped up. But this is we're just gonna call him Man Bun. I don't actually. Maybe he'll say his name. And again, feel like I need to say this very crystal clear. Everyone is allowed. Okay, come on. Everyone is allowed to have their opinions on whatever media. Don't go and harass this guy. Don't even bother him. Don't even look like. Don't do that. But when you're insulting everybody else, this is kind of a typical cope in a way that we see, right? And it's usually from like devs, right? Or people that are on production team or something like that. We'll see people saying, well, they just didn't understand it, or it's because they're this or because they're that, or like we saw that a little bit with Concord. I did feel bad for the devs involved there, but like, it's okay to like or to not like something. This movie I was so excited for. And honestly, he's got a man bun too. Yeah. Also, Hooded Justice, fuck you. Cozy games are fun. Just saying. I did read a good review on Substack. When Substack started to be a big thing, I signed up for just so many of, Tom King. I don't know. Actually, I don't think Tom King is one of them. The first example I used, Kelly Thompson, Jeff Lemire, like all of them. And I get them in my inbox and I never open them. I probably should. Though there was an interesting Substack recently from Anna Kaboom, if you guys remember her. She did she did one of those things like why I'm leaving the left. It was kind of hilarious. It really wasn't. It was like why I'm unaligned with the left, but still, it was pretty predictable. Gary says it depends on if it's an ongoing franchise. The artist should be allowed to express their art, especially when they. I read that wrong. I realized that as I went on. The artist shouldn't be allowed to express their art, especially when they are batshit crazy. I think the artist should be allowed to express their art, no matter who they are. What I think the disconnect for you is the people that hire them, right? I think this is just bad quality. It should be somebody that's qualified for the job in order to see their vision through. And yesterday I kind of talked about that, right? Like it should be you're buying or you're hiring people that aren't fans of the IPs, that don't care about the IPs, that maybe have never even heard of the IPs. Right? Why? What's the point? And even worse, we've seen times where they actively dislike the projects they're working on. It's wild to me how Hollywood has not learned that lesson yet. Wow, just wow. What the fuck is this? Wow. Shut your filthy mouth. Go make mayonnaise. Ha ha ha. LMAO. I feel like that was all in caps for a reason. Also, no. Mayonnaise is gross. Is it because of Lady Gaga's Harley Quinn? Partially. No, I like Lady Gaga. All right, let's get into this because yeah, you ready to see red? You ready to see red? Okay.
Joker 2.
Let me know if the audio is loud enough.
Going into the movie with, certain expectations.
We're going to speed this shit up. You already know.
I knew Todd Phillips was taking the movie in a different direction, and he definitely did that. And I loved it. This is the best fucking thing I've seen all year. He took a hell of a swing.
I don't know. What was the best movie that I've seen? I've seen 2 movies this year. Like 2 new movies. I'm pretty sure it's just this and Deadpool. I'm trying to think if I've seen any other. His sounds low. Okay, I wondered because I listened to everything low. Anyways, I've seen 2 movies this year, so saying it's the best movie of the year, it's not. Deadpool was better. Don't tell Todd. No. Wait, was Barbie this year? No, that was last year, right? I don't know. I can barely hear him. Okay. Let me see.
Nobody would do.
Let me go to OBS. That'll help raise his volume a little bit. It's because I don't want usually the audio in the background to be too loud. All right, tell me if this is any better.
No director would do this. No Hollywood studio would do this. And,
I know it is. I mean, come on.
$200 million on this movie, and they hit a home run for me. I can care less about other people, because when you go on the internet, that's all you see is the drones and the tools and the bots, and they all say the same.
Okay, so this irritated me right away, right? If you don't like this movie, now I do think there is some weird criticism I've seen out there so far, and we'll talk about that. But like, if you don't like this movie, you're a drone, you're a bot, you're whatever. Okay. Sure. Now, there is criticism out there, and I think I even mentioned it yesterday, because Gary had said something about he was trying to change it from the first movie because people liked Arthur or something. I disagree with, or sort of like this movie hates white males, which is fucking weird if you've seen the movie. That makes 0 sense to me. There is legit criticism for this movie to be had. There is. There is a lot of issues with it. And let's not pretend like there's not. I swear to God, Bane. And that's kind of this weird gaslighting thing, right? I don't know. How's the audio now? Robert said he's seen I don't think I've seen any of these movies. No, I've seen 2 movies. 2 movies this year. And it's the worst one out of 2. And last year's. And the year before. Possibly ever. I'm just saying. So I don't look like an idiot. I said making mayonnaise because that's what you do in Stardew. Moron. Oh, I thought it was because I said that one day I didn't like mayonnaise. Yes, you do make mayonnaise in Stardew Valley. Actually, you make it in most, of the farmy type games. Also, shut the fuck up. Good morning, Black Phoenix. I had a blast with those movies, but out of all of them, Joker 2 is the weakest of the year. For sure. Joker is the weakest of the decade. Joker... I'm legitimately trying to think of a movie that I've seen that's worse besides maybe Catwoman. And I can't think of any besides that movie. They went in wanting to hate the movie. I went in wanting to love the movie, and I fucking hated it. I championed this movie for months. Talked about how excited I was for this movie for months. And I came out hating it. But that's what they do. There's a difference. I'm talking about legit criticism here. Good morning, Reese. Actually, I didn't say good morning individually, so good morning, everyone.
The movie was boring, or like they didn't get it, so they got to say it's bad execution because they didn't understand it, or like it's bad writing because they didn't like it. You get a lot of that, and it just like proves that.
Okay, first off, never seen that movie. Kick knowledge. First off, it was not great writing. There were clever moments within the fucking movie. But to act like this is some like high pedestal work of art is ridiculous. It's not. They tried to film bro it and it fell flat.
Audience really doesn't deserve good things. You don't deserve good things. You don't deserve directors trying to make good movies. All right.
So, because, hey guys, if you didn't like the Joker, he still sounds a little quieter. Okay, I can fix it. If you don't like the Joker, it's because you, in fact, do not deserve good things. You don't deserve good movies, you stupid pieces of shit. How is movie criticism divulged to this degree? It's went from, it's the audience fault, you don't deserve good things on one side, to everything is woke on the other side. I don't understand. Who are you making the movie for then? 7 people? Because I've seen 2 good reviews of it. We watched one yesterday. He actually did a good job, right? Articulating what he liked about the movie. He didn't blame you. For as much as I joke around about him saying Takeda Takahashi was a race swap, he did a much better job with the review of Joker, right? But this is the most gaslighty bullshit I've seen. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Black Phoenix said, how dare you have an opinion that's different than mine? And I get being that person that likes something when everyone else hates it. It sucks, right? I was there with She-Hulk, right? I get being that person, and it does suck. But you don't blame everybody else. You just own that shit. Own that you don't necessarily like something that's popular or even good. It's a guilty pleasure. I have plenty of those. There's nothing wrong with that. Zach's reasoning for calling everyone that hated it stupid was just as hilarious. So I did look that up, but I haven't listened to it yet. Is it really... Did he do the same thing?
Let me just get that off my chest. Because, I went in the movie knowing it was getting bad scores, and I was prepping myself thinking, maybe it is bad. But then you watch it and you're like, holy shit. Like, this is just way over everybody's head. Like, this is
It is just way over your head. It is just way over your head. You guys, you're just fucking stupid. I didn't know that. It's way over your head. My bad. Robert said, what's worse, Joker 2 or The Flash? Joker 2. Easily. Hands fucking down, Joker 2. Come on now. That's not a serious question. The Flash was bad. The Flash was bad. But, like, there were more redeeming qualities to The Flash than there was, like, just Batman alone. Supergirl. There were a lot more redeeming qualities than there was for Joker 2. You're always there because you love shit. That's facts, right? No, I have great quality. Or I have great taste in quality movies. When I watch them. I love American Psycho is one of the best movies ever. Crow's really good too. I've just not seen a lot like some people. Even putting the babies in the microwave. Even putting the babies in the microwave. Joker 2 was still worse. It was still worse. I haven't seen Morbius. I've seen Venom 2. But the Joker 2 was much worse than Venom 2. Like, Venom 2 wasn't great. But it definitely had some qualities to it that were okay. So did Joker, don't get me wrong. But I haven't seen Morbius or Madam Web. I do know that, like, if we're talking about cinema score, the cinema score for Joker 2 is much worse than it was for Morbius or for Madam Web. I have heard certain people say that they actually like it. I don't know. See, that's exactly what I'm saying. Todd said Michael Keaton, right? There were certain things in The Flash, even with bad CGI, which was totally done on purpose, guys. Wink, wink. That made Flash. I would rewatch Flash 10 times before I'd watch Joker again. Again, if you haven't seen this movie, I need to reiterate to you that Joker and Harley have sex in the cell, and it is the most awkward sex scene in history. And he came in like 2 seconds. The Marvels wasn't that bad. The Marvels was actually pretty, I would say, decent.
Like, it's too smart for people, man. It's challenging the audience too much.
You guys, I can't. This can't be how Zach's review was. I don't feel like, maybe you're right, but like, I feel like he wouldn't be that dumb to call everybody dumb. Maybe it's too smart for the audience.
And I feel like that's, exactly why the movie's getting hate. I don't care. I don't care what you think. Like, that's exactly why it's getting hate. People didn't get what they wanted.
It's getting hate because we're all fucking stupid. Oh my god. I'm honestly at I am at a fucking loss for words. Gary says he's a virgin. Would you expect him to last 10 rounds? 12 rounds? No, I expected Todd Phillips to not put Joker in a movie having sex, period. It's weird. Let's not pretend like it. Anytime, I think there's only one other time that Joker has even insinuated a sexuality that way. Like, when that was, I mentioned it yesterday in Brian Azzarello and Lee Bermeheu's Joker, where he raped that girl, right? Joker should not be having fucking sex. It's weird.
Didn't get exactly what they wanted, so they flipped out. This movie's really good. Like, quite the swing he took. Quite the risk. They didn't need to take this kind of risk, making a musical. I knew it was a musical going in. Most people didn't. And it's more of like a jukebox.
I would disagree. I do think most people knew it was a musical. We knew it was a musical like a year ago. I remember Steph and I covering it. And I was excited for that. I love musicals. I thought it was going to be really cool, right? But he isn't really the Joker. Again, yeah, spoilers here. I should have pinned a comment. But I like that. That's the only part of the movie. Well, there's a couple scenes. But that's the best part of the movie. The fact that he dies. I was rooting for the death penalty about halfway through the rest of the time. I was excited to see him die. That's how bad the movie was. And I do like that they had the guy give himself the Chelsea grin. And that was the real Joker. I thought that was cool. I normally don't like that kind of theory. The reason I liked it this time is because it was over. It was because he was dead. It was because I knew that abysmal movie was done and there would be no more. That's why I was happy. And it was a decent ending. Ooh. Oh my God. Would you rather have watch BVS or this film? Oh, I mean, I looked at it at first like that's a hard question, but it's not. I'd rather watch BVS. In a heartbeat, I'd rather watch BVS. I'd rather watch the 4-hour, or however long it is, Justice League cut from Zack Snyder. I would watch Harvest Moon. No, that's not what it's called. That's a game. I don't know. Rebel Moon. I haven't seen that. I've heard bad things. So I would watch anything. I really wanted to like this. So they let this Harley have sex and not Margot Robbie. You know what? You have a point. I don't care about Harley having sex. That's the thing. And I think it's weird for Joker to have sex. Just because he's not an overtly sexual character, right? But obviously he's been with Harley, right? He's in love with Batman. I'm sure if he was real, he'd be a sexual person, right? I don't see him as an asexual person. But it was so, and I don't know how to describe how fucking weird it was. It's like secondhand embarrassment and cringe and horrible and the worst nightmare you've ever had and the worst sexual experience you've ever had and the worst. It's like I don't know how to. You remember when you were a kid and you were like a sex scene came on and you were sitting there with like your parents in the same room? It's like that times 10. That times fucking 10, even if you're alone.
It's musical. It's not like original songs. It's a bunch of songs you've heard before, and I feel like it's perfect. Like it's a perfect follow up to that first Joker movie because if you even watch the first Joker movie, he is like dancing a lot, and there's a lot of like music elements to the movie.
For
a lot
sure.
of dance numbers really, and he just continues that in this movie. It's the same tone. It's the same style.
It's completely tonal shift. Completely. There is no. He's saying it's the same tone. It is absolutely 100% not the same tone. I don't know if you need to feel like it is. But it doesn't have to have the same tone to be a good sequel. The problem was it was so far removed from the original movie that it was bad. And jukebox musicals can work. I prefer musicals with original music because a lot of the times you see the music really take the scene to the next level, right? It moves and forwards the plot. A lot of times when the music came on in the Joker, it was not only awkward, but it made the story stand still. It came to a halt during nearly every single one of the musical numbers. Robert said, "Oh shit, you can't make me look like a hypocrite here. You know that, right? What about Hot Joker from Harleen?" The reason he was Hot Joker is because Steven Stajek drew him. And to be fair, I still wouldn't want to see Joker having... we did it. I guess there was a little bit of like Harley having some naughty dreams about Joker and Harleen. But like, it wasn't awkward. It wasn't weird. It didn't make you want to die. Like, just keel over and die. That Joker was being sexualized from Harleen. It was a little bit different. And Steven Stajek, he's... I mean, he does fine print. He does a lot of, like, kind of overtly sexual, naughty comics, right? So, I mean, he knew what he was doing with those characters.
It's the same type of film. So why did everybody have this vitriol reaction to it? And I looked up like several reviews, like maybe like 12 different reviews. They all say the same thing, which is another thing where like I think groupthink's happening and the zeitgeist has already been made up about the film. And it's going to...
Oh, so my opinion's not my own. It's groupthink, you guys. I'm so glad that I am so fucking stupid and he can explain to me that I actually did like the Joker. I wonder if at all, if he realizes how pretentious this sounds. Not only how pretentious, but like how... Two things. How much of, and for lack of a better words, how much of a cope this is. It's okay, I want to reiterate this, to like a movie that nobody likes. I know it sucks. It does. It's okay though. You don't have to blame everybody around you for not liking the movie that you like. Gary says, I'll give you an example. I'm sure no one will expect me to say Metal Gear Solid. Kojima is mad genius. No, nobody at all. They had no idea you liked Metal Gear Solid, I bet, Gary. I love him for Metal Gear Solid, but knowing Konami telling him, no, you're getting too crazy, you get weird shit like Death Stranding. Oh. You got a point there. The walking simulator? Yeah, that walking simulator. I mean, I haven't revisited Death Stranding for a reason. And I was really into it when it was first announced. I thought it looked so cool. It has Norman Reedus, right? Like, I thought it was going to be so neat. And Mads Mikkelsen? Come on now. Nope.
Take a couple of years before people realize, how good the fucking film is. Just like with any like really good film. I'm a comic book fan, but this is not a comic book film.
For sure.
Like,
that
Arthur
I can
Fleck
agree
is not
with.
the Joker. And I think that's the point they were trying to make in this movie. And I really think like that's, Joker is an idea. I'm an idea. Like, y'all remember that from, I forget what movie when Joker says that.
So Joker is a mantle. I mean, essentially, right? Joker is an idea. Joker is a mantle, right? Keep that energy with every other character that gets replaced. Right? One I've been recently upset with. They gender swap Cyrax and Sector. Hate it. When I play my girls on Mortal Kombat, I don't go to them. Black Panther, a mantle. Black Panther's the idea, right? I don't know. Speaking of Norman, just started watching Daryl. You know what? There was no marketing. Speaking of the Book of Carol, there was zero marketing for that. I am a massive Walking Dead fan. I loved Daryl Dixon the first season. I loved Dead Island. I loved all of the fucking spinoffs. And I didn't know Book of Carol was even out until it was out. I don't know if maybe they released 2 episodes because I was like, why is there 2 episodes out already? Zero marketing. Zero. Wait, what's going on? What am I pressing? There we
have
go.
An idea. And it really is like Joker's like this shadow self of Arthur. And they even set it up at the beginning of the movie. And there's going to be spoilers.
They noob Cybotted him.
Yeah, they open the movie with an animated sequence that's just like an old-timey Warner Brothers film when they used to open films with old cartoons. And that's another thing. This movie's like a classic callback to old school Hollywood and stuff like that with the musical numbers and the opening animation. It's just like, it's so old school. But so well done. So beautifully done. Like, there are several moments where I'm choking up or like something will happen to Arthur.
My guess is you were choking up from cringe. What in the movie would have made you choke up? There was no, besides the Gary Puddle scenes, which didn't make you choke up. I mean, me, and I cried everything. There's no emotionally manipulating scenes. There's no scenes that are going to change your emotions about Arthur. There's no scenes that are going to make you like, yeah, you feel bad for him. But that's it.
Or that just makes you uncomfortable, you know? There's definitely something that happens near the end that makes you feel very uncomfortable.
It's
you know
the sex scene.
And that's the whole movie. There's just very
and the rape scene
to the movie. There's a very uncomfortable feeling throughout the movie. And I feel like that's a good thing to go for with this type of movie. This is not a fun popcorn comic book film. And people keep trying to say it's a comic book film. It's like, no, this is a film. This is art. This is what art looks like.
Oh, he's film broing it. He's so much better than all of us. It's a comic book. It's a film based off of a comic book character. If you want to make art, use original IPs. If you removed the name Joker, Arthur Fleck, Harley, Lee, Harleen Quinzel, and had them as original characters, the movie would still be terrible. That changes nothing.
Looks like. This is what it looks like to look at art. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is, you know, this ain't fucking Miss Marvel or whatever the fuck, you know? There's not a lot of action sequences for you fucking bros out there.
I'm a girl, so that's good, right? My guess is that the guy relates a little bit too much to Arthur, that he takes any criticism. Look at you. Look at you getting all psychological. He takes any criticism of the movie as criticism to himself. I can see that, except for that's an issue if he sees Arthur as himself. Arthur is a psychopathic murderer, right? Like, that's a little scary all in itself. Wait, did you see it, Black Phoenix? I'm curious. It was that bad.
It really is a dissection of the Arthur Fleck character from the first movie. Todd Phillips, the director of this movie, is really dissecting that first movie. And that first movie is really dissecting like superhero films in general. Just like,
I mean, the first one was a dissection of not only mental health, but Arthur's personal mental health, the woes of society and such. So the first one already dissected Arthur as a character and shown what he was capable of. This one just tried to do it more throughout the trial and failed.
it's like turning them on their heads, and he turns this Joker character on its head. And you don't expect any of it. Like, it defies all your expectations. If you went into this movie knowing what's going to happen, you're a fucking liar. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no way anybody knew what was going to happen in this movie. And isn't that what...
Huh? okay. It was super predictable. Are we going to pretend like it's not super predictable? Before I seen the movie, when people were saying that it's divisive, the ending is divisive, right? I'm like, oh, well, he probably, either A, he dies, or B, he dies. It just depends on how he dies. Either Harley kills him, or it's a death penalty. I didn't know how he was going to die. I just figured with an ending that says, it's probably divisive among fans, he was going to die. It wasn't this unpredictable movie. Let's be honest, the first movie is good, but it's pretty much Taxi Driver. I've never seen Taxi Driver, so that did help. I do hear that comparison a lot to the first one, right? I hear that, and there's a couple other movies that I hear. I had never seen those movies, so that did help with my love for that movie. But again, it was a Joker film, but it was Joker in name only, right? In its own way.
What we want? Don't you want something that's original? Don't you want something that you've never seen before? I've never seen a movie like this.
Yeah.
I've never seen
a movie
absolutely. About a villain that's also a musical, that's also like, a mental illness.
But I also want it done well.
Movie, like a One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest type thing, but a musical. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's so many elements going on. Joaquin Phoenix does a great job as Joker. Lady Gaga does a great job in the movie, and I just love all the twists and turns they make. I'm a big comic book fan, as you can see by the shit around me, the shit I'm wearing. Big comic book fan, big DC fan, and I'm glad that they made this movie. And
Okay. So I think we figured it out. I think we figured it out. I think he's a like he admitted he's a big comic book fan. You've been eating crumbs when it comes to DC. You haven't been getting shit. And even when you get shit, you're like, this is great. Because that's all you get from DC when it comes to film projects. Live action. Even now with the Tomorrowverse, some of their animated stuff. So it had to be good for him. It had to be. There was no way he was going to ever say it was bad just because it's part of his personality, right?
I love all the comic book nods that are in the movie too. People like to say that Todd Phillips hates comic book films. Well, if he hates them so much, why does he keep putting so many fucking nods to the comic books in them? Like, if you read The Killing Joke, you've seen the Joker saying in that book. You know what I'm saying? So the whole musical thing is not coming out.
Okay. I covered that a little bit yesterday. There wasn't a lot of nods, right? There just wasn't. What specifically would be a nod to The Killing Joke? Can anyone help me out here? There was no nods to The Killing Joke. I honestly don't get where that comes from. At all. You hear Snyder Bros have been claiming now that Gunn is at fault for the movie tanking, even when Phillips said Gunn had nothing to do with it. Yeah, because it's not even a DCU movie, right? I mean, I didn't even know there was Snyder Bros left, but yeah, I guess. The most we got was Joker in the purple suit during one of the musical numbers. Yeah, and I didn't even... I mean, maybe Harvey? Harvey was there? His psychiatrist's last name was Kane for Bob Kane. Like, that's it. There is no nods at all to The Killing Joke. Don't go in. If you haven't seen this and you're going to, don't expect nods to The Killing Joke. The Killing Joke is a phenomenal book. There is no nods to it whatsoever. Like, I'm trying to rack my brain and there's nothing. Hold on, let me get this tip real quick. I honestly, I don't think there is. There's just not. Dun, dun, dun. I'm sorry, I'm slow. I gotta do it on my phone. I think DC has made some great stuff recently. I rate the Batman, Penguin, Shazam 2 better than 9. Oh, I don't disagree. At all. I think they are much better. Why isn't this letting me copy? Okay, maybe that worked. Let's see. I posted the tip. Oh, it's a blank tip. Oh, okay. I didn't even see you post it. Okay, I see it. Not the anonymous. So punk, right? Maybe? Maybe? I'm not sure. Thank you so much, by the way. No, I agree that the Penguin, awesome. Batman, awesome. Shazam 2 was pretty good. It was, I don't know, 7, maybe. It was pretty good. It was fun, right? But all the stuff that you're mentioning besides the Batman stuff, well, Shazam, that's obviously not going any further in the DCU. That's over. Penguin, I mean, the Batman's old. There hasn't been shit from DC besides the animated stuff, which hasn't. Super Sons was really good. The rest, I mean, take it or leave it.
Nowhere. You know what I'm saying? Like, Joker is a very musical character. This would be something he does anyway. And the Harvey Dent edition of the movie was great. And even seeing Harvey Dent's like face get scarred at the end was brilliant.
Yeah, that was
like,
really cool. That was a nod.
That was great. I can't believe so many people missed that in their reviews. You know, talk about this movie. Oh yeah, we get to see Harvey Dent, half of his face get blown off. Like that's brilliant, brilliant.
It's cool, but it's over, right? You're never gonna see Harvey Dent as Two-Face. You're just not. This universe is over. So it is cool, except it's over. So it really is inconsequential to anything.
And he'd add that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
clearly
they
people didn't catch
definitely
it
did.
anyway, so it didn't fucking matter. But you know, those subtle comic book nods they add like over and over in the film. And
Name 2. Besides the purple suit and Harvey's face getting blown off, name 2 comic book nods. Like, honestly, if I miss them, I will be the first to admit it. But there was nothing.
in the same breath, I wouldn't say it's a comic book film at all. I would not say this is a comic book film. This is a film. This is like art house film, you know, something we're going to be talking about years from now. Unlike Madam Web, like unlike Deadpool and Wolverine, you're not talking about those movies, are you? You don't give a fuck about the themes in those movies, right?
I've never seen Madam Web, so I can't even speak to that. I think what he's trying to say here. Wait. Oh, okay, it wasn't Gary. I'm so confused. Who was the anonymous? But thank you anyway. I appreciate it. Granddaddy Otaku says maybe Killing Joke nod. Lee shoots Arthur the Joker, killing Arthur with a joke. Speaking of nods, the guy carves a smile on his face at the end. Yes, he gives himself a Chelsea grin. He becomes the real Joker, right? I don't know how. Maybe Lee shooting Arthur. She just shot him. And he died. If she shot him and he became paralyzed and then became the Oracle, I could see that as a nod to the Killing Joke. But he just dies. And it's a delusion anyway. I don't necessarily see the Killing Joke in that. I could see how you might make that parallel. But I think that was accidental. There's no smile cutting in the Killing Joke. Duh. I never said there was. Friggin' weirdo. Freaking weirdo.
But we're gonna be talking about these Joker films. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like it just pairs so well with the first film. It's just a great continuation. And
I do think we're going to be talking, like, people will
comprehend
talk about the
why people are
original Joker
disliking
like they
this
have,
movie.
but I don't
Like,
think
or
this
why
one's
it has
ever
such
going
low
to be in the
scores when
zeitgeist of conversation.
Even the color palette alone in this movie, the contrast between blue and yellow, you know what I'm saying, in the movie, like the darkness and lightness, the cold and the warmth, you know, like just that alone makes it a better film than fucking Deadpool Wolverine. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, he's mad. He's so mad right now. Did you see that anger? Hold on, look.
Makes it a better film than fucking Deadpool Wolverine. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, he's mad. I have been joking all year about how this is going to be movie of the year and it's going to beat Joker and Deadpool. It didn't, and that's okay. It's okay to not beat that. It's okay to admit that it is worse than Wolverine and Deadpool. It's fine. It's not the end of the world. Did he just say that Joker 2 was better than Deadpool and Wolverine? He in fact did, with a straight face. That movie's not great, but it's better. Like some of just the references, like the actual references, you know, like to old movies and comic books alone make it better. The fake out with Chris Evans, that was cute. That was clever. The end credit scene where he's actually really cussing out and talking shit about the villain. Like, there was a lot of cutesy things. It tied in with the universe, with the TVA, like, or whatever they're called. I forget. I didn't watch Loki season 2. I watched the first one, though. That pure anger. Deadpool 3 was pretty insufferable. It was a solid, like, I don't remember what I gave it. Maybe a 6. It was okay. It was a lot of multiversal shenanigans, which and I know a lot of people are personally sick of. They killed off a villain that was actually rather interesting, really quick. It was the power of friendship unites us. Let's hold hands and we're going to save the day. Like, it was very predictable in that manner.
Coloring and color themes and, like, color theory. Like, it's all over the fucking film.
He's mad that Ryan Reynolds didn't go down on Hugh Jackman. Facts.
And it's just
I think a lot
dark,
of people
and
are.
It's, like, morbid, and it's cold. And the very first color you get in this movie is the umbrellas that come up, and they got the different colors on top. But that's just in Arthur's head. Anytime you see those bright colors and the warm colors, it's just in his head. It's what he's fantasizing about. He's fantasizing about the warmth, about, you know, being in the light again, which he was on Murray. Like, that was his best day ever. Like, everyone says, like, the Joker, the first Joker movie is like, what happens to a man when he has one too many bad days? Well, the first Joker movie ends with Arthur Fleck.
What happens to a man when he has one too many bad days? I never actually heard anyone say that, but I could see why they would say that. But really, it's all it takes is one bad day, right? One bad day. Granddaddy Otaku, not the same type of movie. Bad take on his part, for sure. And thank you, by the way. Very, very different. You've got, you know, popcorn, comic book, typical action flick, right? And this is more, and it shouldn't have been that type of movie either, right? This is very much so like the film bro, right? And it shows in his review, like, you're just too dumb to get it.
Actually having a good day. Him killing Murray and being glorified by everybody around him and, you know, feeling the love for the first time. That's his best day he's ever had. You know, like, so in this movie, the sequel, fully a new.
So maybe now it's all it takes is one good day, because I've never heard anyone say it's too many bad days. It's all it takes is one bad day, right? Again, I'm going to talk about Gotham again. They even use that line in there when he's talking to his brother. It's such a good line, though. It's such a good line. Actually, I don't think it was meant to be a comic book movie, Joker movie. So, Michael, what do you mean? Do you mean like it was supposed to be a different movie and they slapped the Joker IP on it? Which I could see. Because Joker is pretty much in the name Joker. Is pretty much not needed, right? Besides, the shared delusion type. They did have more references in the first one with like Thomas Wayne and stuff like that. You see a little teeny tiny Batman and he touches his mouth and it's gross. But it's gross in the weird way, right? Gary says Madam Web is a worse movie because it doesn't make sense. But I would rather watch it because it has 4 hot girls in sexy outfits and costumes and crop tops and geeky girl clothes. I mean, that's a fair point. Like, who were we talking about the other day that everyone thinks she's like the new big thing? The blonde with big boobs. I can't remember her name. But I'm pretty sure she's in that. Yeah, I can see that.
Which, I'll explain that in a second. In this movie, it's him trying to get back to that light that he felt in the Murray moment, on the show where he killed Murray. He's trying to get back to that point again. And that's where all these musical numbers are coming from. He's just fantasizing about, being loved again, right? And that's where Lady Gaga's character come in. This movie's so brilliant. It's just so fucking brilliant.
Oh, I feel so bad for this guy. Sydney Sweeney, thank you, Cartoon and Comics. I feel bad. I do. I feel bad. And it's a really weird thing. I think the first time I ever, really liked something that people hate was maybe Masters of the Universe. And it was a really weird thing to see people dissuade my opinion as a shill or this or that or, you know what I mean? But, I feel bad for him. I do. Which one are you talking about? Todd, the cameo. It's not Gambit? Gambit was cool.
Brilliant. And even the title, Folia Dux, if you look it up, which nobody fucking cares to do, if you look it up, that phrase means somebody suffering from the same mental delusions as somebody else that's close to them, So Harley and Arthur Fleck,
shared delusion.
Lee Quinzel and Arthur Fleck, they're both suffering from the same delusions, right? Of grandeur, and that kind of shit. And it's just so brilliant.
Spiffy,
so
I agree with you 100%.
I love how Lee Quinzel, Lady Gaga, manipulates Arthur. I think that's a really good element to the movie. Because a lot of times in the comic books, it's Joker manipulating Harley and, being abusive to her.
And maybe it's okay for people to want to see that, right? Maybe people really like those stories. Mad Love. People love Mad Love. I would say, I think I've decided that it's not quite as good as Harleen by Steven Sajak, but people love that version. It is okay for them to want to see that version. I've talked about this before. There is a audiobook on Spotify. It's got Christina Ricci as Harley. And we kind of get this, typical Harley and Joker story, except for it's not. It's actually Harley doing all of the mischievous deeds. That creates a whole new character, right? We don't get Harley today as we know it. Unless she goes through what she went through with Joker. She would be a different person. For better or for worse, she would not have went through those lived experiences that created the Harley as we know her today. So people wanting to see that and see that kind of position of her moving forward and bettering herself. She's supposed to be this woman that overcomes. But in order to overcome, you have to see the abuse and you have to see those stories about how poorly she was treated. You know, a lot of people's favorite version of Harley is as Joker's punching bag. Used to be mine. I grew up a little bit. No, I'm just kidding. I had to channel my inner this guy. But no, it's okay. It's okay.
And in this movie, it's the other way around. Arthur Fleck, Joker, he's not dominant. He's a very weak person that is getting taken advantage by everybody.
He's a beta bitch. You can say it.
It's just so sad. It's just as sad as the first movie. And I feel like you kind of need the musical numbers to lighten it up a little bit. You know, if you took, there were some idiots in reviews saying that if you took out the musical numbers, it would make the film better. Or like, you know, like, no, it wouldn't. It would make it a really dark, depressing movie.
The first movie was dark and depressing. At least it would tonally match. I mean, there were moments of positivity in it. But if you took the musical numbers out and added dialogue that made sense with that music instead, it would be a much, much better movie. It was awkward at times. Watch a really, really good musical. Go watch Chicago. See how the music adds comparing to taking away. Wow.
With like no action and no substance, like, you know what I'm saying, like,
why was my chat not updating? I'm sorry, Gary. I saw Madam Web had a Latina girl that played Dora. Oh yeah, and that's the girl that's gonna play Hawk Girl too. Black girl that was in Ghostbusters Afterlife, Sydney Sweeney in 50 Shades Lady, and said, "I'm good." Hey, nothing wrong with 50 Shades of Grey. Come on now. It's a good fucking movie. By the way, the animated series, when she remembers that she's happily jumped... wait. I'm not sure what you mean, cartoon and comics. Wait, Todd, did you ever say who it was? I was curious.
The musical numbers are the action beats that you would have in an action movie, you know? It's definitely paced like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you get these, you know, your talky, drawn-out moments, and then you get the musical number, which in an action movie...
And that's kind of what I talked about yesterday. The pacing with this movie was all off, right? You would be at a section of the movie. Oh, this movie makes me so irritated. It was supposed to be good. Anyways, you would get really into what was going on. You could see the draw from the Interview with stuff like Ted Bundy, right? You would see that and you would get into it, and then he'd be like, "La-ti-da." What? I understand it is a delusion. I understand it was not actually happening, it was in his mind. But I think Todd Phillips may have had the same kind of attitude this guy does, is like, the audience stupid. And that's why he put the music in there, because a lot of people, for the first one, there was a lot of ambiguity as to what was real and what happened and what didn't, right? Like, it was weird. Okay, I thought so, Punk. Punk said he was the one that sent the tip earlier. Thank you, I appreciate it. Oh, okay. I know what you mean, Todd. Yeah, you could. I think we're good on spoilers. We're spoiling the whole Joker movie, so I think you're okay. But that was nice.
That would be the action beat, right? That's how it's paced. It's paced the same way. People don't see that, though, for some reason. And then they say the movie's boring. Well, they're always saying it's boring because they don't like musicals or something like that.
No.
Which is really weird of them. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause...
That's not it. Come on now. Come on. They're saying it's boring because it's boring, right? They're saying it's boring because the pacing is all off. They're saying it's boring because it was a 2.5 hour movie that didn't do much. We met Harley, we went to trial, blew up, dead. 4 major story beats. Without a lot of like side plot, right? There wasn't a lot to mix in there. They're not saying it's boring because they don't like musicals. I love musicals. I did not care for this movie. It wasn't because I don't like musicals. Because it was, in fact, boring. Oh, I thought you meant you're... Okay, Gary said, no, I meant I'm good as in it's all I need. I thought you meant that you were like, I'm good. I ain't watching that shit. Like, yeah, I mean, even if it's a bad movie, you've got some attractive women in it. Fuck it.
Every great film is, there's always some musical element to every great film. There's never been a great film that's completely silent.
Oh my God. Oh my God. This has to be the dumbest point I have ever heard. It has to be. Every great musical or every great film has some music to it. It's called a score. Every film has a score. Every TV show has a score. Shit. Half of the videos that you watch on YouTube put background music in it. Of course, every great movie has some sort of musical element to it, and there wasn't a silent movie. Of course! Holy shit. Lady Gaga is not cute enough to play Harley Quinn. Ooh. That's what I thought at first, too. I do think there were moments where she looked really great in the film. The last scene with her leaving Joker was really great. That wasn't Harley Quinn, though, right? That just wasn't Harley Quinn. But she did look great in that scene. I do think Margot Robbie played a better Harley, especially in The Suicide Squad. That version of Harley was just something. I don't know.
I'm saying, or we don't consider silent movies great. You know what I'm saying? Like,
wait. What silent movies are out now? Huh? I don't know of any. Again, not the biggest movie person, but I don't think silent film is really still a thing. Kevin Smith. Oh, I love that he named his daughter after Harley Quinn. I love that.
But anyway, I'm getting off track. Here. Fucking loved the movie. Fucking loved it. I can't wait to rewatch it over and over and see what else I catch. Because right now, I'm just thinking back on it, and I think about the color scheme of the movie, all the little things that happen with his delusions and reality, and like what's real, what's not real, and even the prison guard dude. Like, there's a moment where Arthur Fleck thinks he's pals with him, thinks he's friends with him, and he pats him on the back, and then the guard comes back and smacks him
down
in the back of the head like as hard as he can. And then that's the guard smacking reality back into him. You know what I'm saying? And Arthur Fleck is just
that
like
was a good point.
These, like, delusions that people like him and stuff like that. It's real sad. It's real sad. How could people think that's boring?
Watch the debate with this guy on Man of Steel. It's on his channel. Wait, did he like Man of Steel? Did he hate Man of Steel? What do you mean? What's the content over? Hush, could you please fucking chill for 5 minutes? I would appreciate that. Thank you.
I hate to be the person that says, hey, if you don't get this movie, you're fucking stupid. But, like, it's really, like, yeah, that makes sense. If only.
Oh my God. You guys. This can't be reality. Like, when can we there has to be a happy medium, right? Maybe it's more the Jeremy Johns of the world, or I don't even know. Adam does movies, movie reviewers like that, but there has to be a happy medium between, oh my God, everything is woke and you're fucking stupid. Like, this is, if you didn't like this movie, you're not stupid. If you liked this movie, you're not stupid. It is called an opinion. And no matter which one you have, it's okay. This is quite possibly one of the worst reviews I have ever seen of a movie. Not only that, it's the most gaslighty bullshit cope I have ever seen of a movie. He likes it, I don't. We debated on his channel. Oh my God. He liked Man of Steel too. Or also. I mean, that does explain a lot. Maybe let them dare kids die. Let them die, Martha. Come on now. I watch a lot of silent films. Well, I'm just watching porn with the volume down, that's all. Oh my God. Okay, so those are silent films. I play my video games a lot of the time because I listen to music on silent. There we go. It has music aspect to it now. I don't believe for one rot second that he doesn't enjoy calling people he disagrees with stupid. He does. And that's, like, I definitely have called people stupid before, or worse. But not for disliking a movie. Like, there is legitimate criticism for every movie, whether you like it or not, right? There is no perfect fucking movie out there. That is wild.
You know, if 70% of the audience didn't like the movie, that makes sense, because 70% of you motherfuckers are dumb. Like, so, like, I mean, look who you voted for president in 2016.
I mean, he is spitting facts there. I'm just saying. But that... Okay, so I think Michael said earlier he's talking about the geeks and gamers type, right? I think Michael ended up being correct. That doesn't mean what you're doing is you're lumping everybody in, right? You're lumping everybody in together that didn't like this movie. And that's ridiculous. We need a middle ground. And that's exactly right, Cartoon and Comics. And that's what I mean. Like, when have we gone from just this divulge in the ability to be able to have conversations? Like, shop talk, right? You said, have shop talk. Oh, the Hulk could beat, Captain America, or da-da-da-da-da, right? But now it's divulged into, if you don't think the Hulk could beat Captain America, you're fucking stupid, right? Or if you think that Captain America could beat the Hulk, you're fucking woke. It's gotten ridiculous.
You know what I'm saying? Like, 70% of you motherfuckers are dumb as shit anyway. Like, yes, the film challenges the audience. Boo-hoo. You really gonna cry about that? You're really gonna say that's why the movie's bad? Because it challenged you? It didn't fucking, like, roll over to every fucking need you fucking had? Or, like, every want you had? Like, it's just so annoying. It's so fucking stupid. We can't have anything new, can't have anything original in Hollywood and movies because of the fucking audience and how dumb they are. Sorry. Like, that's the reality we're living in. That's not.
But the problem with that sort of thinking is not only do you think you're better than people, right? Which is a bit of an issue. Because you're not. Nobody is, right? But the issue with that is the box office. The fact that they needed to make a certain amount of money to call this even. And that's not... It'll get close. But I don't think it's going to happen. It may. It just depends on... It's not going to have legs. Word of mouth is bad. Um, I don't know. I don't know if it will. But this is wild. I have to argue there's no perfect movie. There are one or two porns that are perfect. Okay, fine. And American Psycho is pretty fucking perfect. I'm trying to think. Rent is pretty fucking perfect.
That's the illusion. That's the reality. You know what I'm saying? A film comes out like this that's wholly unique, wholly original, is going to cause endless amounts of discussions, like for years to come. And
That I completely disagree. You know what? He's not wrong. Actually, let's give him a little bit of credit here. It is going to cause conversation for years to come. It is going to be the conversation of how did they fumble it so badly? The original Crow. Fucking great, Tevia. Fucking great movie. The conversation isn't going to be on the themes of this movie, which it was. It 100% was for the first movie. Like dissections of that movie talking about mental health and issues within our systems in America. It was a great piece on that. But the movie, the conversations that are going to be had now is, how did they drop the ball so far? How did they fuck it up so badly that the biggest DC fangirl, biggest Harley Quinn fan, I am number one in the fan club, even hates this movie? A movie that was demographically made for her hates this movie so fucking much. How do you mess it up? How do you mess it up? How? American Psycho, incredible, Rent, hell adjacent. No! Rent's so fun. It's fun. Stop it. It's so good.
and all the dumbasses out there have to say is that, oh, it wasn't executed well. Oh, it's poorly written. It's boring.
All right, let's talk about those criticism. It wasn't executed well. That is a legit criticism. He's acting like these aren't legit criticisms. Right? They are 100% legit criticism to a movie. Like, if he was going to use bad examples of criticism for this movie, I could give you some. It hates white men. Fucking heard that. That is the most absolute ridiculous thing I have heard. Once you see the movie, it makes zero sense. It hates men in general. It hates its audience. Right? Stuff like that. Saying it wasn't executed well is a good criticism for this movie. I forget the other ones he said.
Oh, it's poorly written. It's boring.
Okay, it's poorly written. I can't say I disagree. The characters, I mean, there are some good pieces in there. The stuff with Gary Puddles, right? There are good pieces inside of a shit fucking sandwich. There are good pieces. The first movie, it wasn't just pieces, it was the entirety of it. Like that, saying it's poorly written is not bad criticism. Again, like Chaz says, he loved Man of Steel. That speaks for itself. Fucking Gary said, you know, American Psycho's okay. I prefer Basic Instinct. I have no idea why. None whatsoever. No clue.
You know?
Oh, and the other one was boring. It was. It was, in fact, boring. It was. When I am fucking like sitting there waiting for it to get over, rooting for the death penalty just so it ends. It is boring. I'm sorry. You don't get to say what to somebody is boring or what is not, right?
That's it. Quite the insight. And that's like most people's fucking reviews of this movie. Like, it's fucking ridiculous. Sorry, I'm getting a little heated. Because the movie was fucking good. It was fucking good. I'm a comic book fan, but I don't really care if it was a comic booky thing or not. I just want a good movie. I'm a film fan as well. I have lots of films that I own.
Okay, and I get that, right? This isn't for comic book fans. Then if that's the one of your arguments here, right? This is not necessarily a film that has all these references or has, like Easter eggs or has these things. Then why put the IP on it to begin with? Besides for a cash grab, right? I can understand this may not come off as a typical comic book movie, and that's okay. I think there should be more period piece type movies. You could use Selena to do like a heist type movie. You could do a whole bunch. Use Zaz for a horror movie, right? You could do more genre related films with these characters. But Joker being in this kind of musical, sad, depressy, beta male bullshit stuff is not Joker related. So even if we're talking about the film removing the Joker section, removing Joker name, that doesn't make it any better whatsoever.
Anyway, let me know what you think of Joker Folia Dux, however you want to say it. I think it's a perfect follow-up to the first movie. I liked all the music numbers. I like all the music choices. They're all in the same type of like style and like era too, so it all kind of makes sense. Like, this is Arthur's taste in music and stuff like that. I like it.
I mean, that is, at least they kept that consistent, right? With the jukebox musical, they are all in the same type of window and stuff, but like that doesn't change the fact that the music that they chose didn't go well with the scene. Right? It doesn't. I told Bruce Timm and Paul Dini I named my daughter Harley Quinn in the 90s. Kevin Smith nicked the idea. What a dick! Now I hate that Kevin Smith named it. No, I'm just kidding. I think that's really fucking cool, though.
I like it a lot. The set design was amazing. Color palette was insane.
Set design. Alright, let's talk about set design. The set design was fine. You know why? Because it was A, a prison, and B, a courtroom. That's it. We see a little bit on the street, the typical, where we see at the dancing square. The set design with the musical numbers, very Sonny and Cher. I'm trying to think of through the sets what they were. The set design was fine. It was literally just a courtroom in jail. It wasn't like this like deep shit like he's trying to act like it was. Like the scene where we see it says Hotel Arkham. And I think I might be able to actually Hotel Arkham show you what I mean. It didn't even look great. No. Okay, well, I'm not gonna be able to find it. Because it's just gonna show me the hotel from, Arkham Origins, which makes sense. It looked fine, but it looked fine. It is wild to say that the set was so good. Oh, the Crooked Man came out? Wait, what? For real? I didn't know that. I kind of want to see that. The new Hellboy movie came out. Shit. There was deep stuff for the movie, but the movie itself wasn't deep, and that's what he's trying to make it out to be, is that it was this deep film bro movie, right? No. It just wasn't. It's on streaming? Wait. Shut up. It's not a movie theater movie? I kind of wanted to see it. The trailers looked really good. I didn't know that.
And I just keep thinking about the color use in the movie and like how no film really does that anymore. You know?
Okay, so again, not really that great of color use either. He keeps talking about the color. Oh, Amazon Prime. Oh, fuck yeah. Thanks, Tavia. That's awesome. I also want to see the, I don't know, man. What's it called? The Last Robot or whatever it is, the new Pixar one. I'm hearing great things about that too. So the color palette, let's talk about that. He keeps bringing that up like that's this very artsy thing, right? Except it's not, right? It's not really. He mentioned the umbrellas. You see that as color. The only time there's really any color in it is even the Joker makeup wasn't done well like it was in the first one. There was nothing that stood out. So I've mentioned this movie before. I liked the way they used the color palette. Obviously, we can talk about Sin City, right? That's a really cool thing. But more recently, and I know a lot of people didn't like this movie, but the only reason I'm mentioning it is because of the use of color during a couple of the scenes. It was in Thor, Love and Thunder, if you guys remember. Last Robot is not Pixar. Whatever, it's the same. It's not that little lamp that jumps and goes ba-doop, 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 or whatever. There is a scene in Thor: Love and Thunder, and the movie was fine. I liked the little kids thing and that, like, he had a baby or whatever. The movie was fine. There was some weird shit with, like, taking his clothes off. It was weird. But the reason I mention it is because there is a scene where, God, it's been forever since I seen the movie. They're going against Christian Bale. And you see, like, this kind of color skew. Fuck her up. And it looked really, really cool. I don't remember what the villain's name was for that. Thor, Love, and Thunder. Oh, his name is Gore. Okay, thank you, autofill. Not during that part. When it was like this, I'm gonna not do that. You see the color palette get fuckered up on this planet. And it ends up looking really cool because, of course, I picked the one scene where they don't add any color, right? And it looks very old-timey and very neat and, like, I don't know. I like the way they use color in that. That was the only fucking thing I can think of recently that used this weird kind of color palette, right? The kids have color. Nobody else does, right? Like, his eyes are glowy. Like, I liked the way that they did that. Joker didn't do any of that. It didn't take chance with color. It didn't do anything besides put, like, a sepia filter on it, right? Like, it didn't do any of that. Gary says the only thing that's deep in Joker 2 is that, oh my God, damn it, why didn't I think of that joke? The only thing that's deep in Joker 2 is that guard in Arthur's ass. Yes. That fucking weird, we're gonna get you undressed and throw you to the down. It's so uncomfortable. It's so uncomfortable. Oh my god. Oh. Reese said, I heard about that. They Shawshanked the Joker. Okay, it was alluded to. Some people didn't pick up on it. But they definitely, it was definitely alluded to that they raped him. It was fucking weird. Like, imagine a story. Okay. I was going to say, imagine a story that comes out right now about somebody raping the Joker, but we did have that with Superman. Oh, God. What was that? Was that what? I'm trying to read, I swear, guys. Leela says, was that what happened? Why would they do that? I just assumed they shoved a baton up there. I don't know. It was left ambiguous, right? Maybe that. Maybe that was the Joker, or the Killing Joke reference he was alluding to. I think maybe that's what he meant. I think we figured it out. He meant they sexually assaulted Joker, but left it ambiguous for the audience to decide, like they did with Barbara Gordon. Holy shit. There was no need for that weirdness. At all. Mo, thank you so much. Mo said, I didn't pick up on it because I was 4 drinks in, as you should have been. As you 100% should have been. I'm not jealous that I wasn't at all. It was fucking weird. So basically what happened is he was at, court, and he said he was going to represent himself. And the judge allowed it, which is so ridiculous, but it's happened before. Look at history, right? So he represented himself, right? And he tried to do his Joker thing. Did anyone else notice that his Joker voice was like a Southern old black man voice? Or was that just me? I don't know. It was weird. But he insulted the guards, and not even that bad of an insult. He called them fat old bullies or something, right? And they get him back to the courthouse. They, they're mean to him, and they clean him up and take his court outfit off, and you look through this window and he's shoved down to the ground, face down, ass up, right? It's fucking weird. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. By the way, I'm giving Dragon Ball Sparkling Zero a try. I'm curious. I think it was Zayd Talibi, covering that. And I was curious. I'm not a Dragon Balls person, but I'm curious if it's any good. Gary said, I hate when directors add sad rape scenes in movies. The director gets off on making it unnecessarily bleak. Okay, well, hold on. Let's rewind that a little bit. Would you rather have a happy rape scene? A super cheerful one? Because then it's probably not gonna be rape. But it should be unnecessarily bleak. The problem is that there was an unnecessarily bleak rape scene. It should always be unnecessarily bleak if it's a rape scene. The problem is that they raped the Joker, right? That was the problem. Representing yourself is stupid as hell, but legal. It is legal, but the issue is, was he competent? Was he competent at all to represent himself? Was he competent enough not even to get off on insanity, right? He shouldn't have been representing himself because he wasn't sane enough to do so, and the judge still allowed it. Though the judge's glasses, kind of fucking badass, I'm not gonna lie.
Saying like, look at Deadpool Wolverine and tell me what color theory they're fucking using in that movie. You know what I'm saying? It's night and day, dude.
Wait, what movie did he say?
Using in that movie, you know, look at Deadpool Wolverine and tell me what color theory they're fucking using.
He really has a hate boner. Why are you comparing these two movies? I don't understand the comparison at all, unless it's just because they both came out this year. But they are two very different types of movies, or maybe it's because they're both comic book characters. They don't need to be compared. That doesn't make sense to compare them. I see people do that a lot. Right? You've got like the weird comparisons like Sonic and Birds of Prey. That was one for a while. Right? It doesn't make any sense to compare. They're different types of movies completely. Okay. Pika, I'm really happy. I wish I would have too. But I don't it was ambiguous, right? Maybe that's what they weren't going for and people thought they were, but I'm pretty sure that's what they were going for. I'm pretty sure.
Using in that movie, you know what I'm saying?
Oh my god, I have to read this. This was just as good as fucking Gary's roast. Holy shit. Okay, I can do this without giggling. Leela Quinn Baby says, if he wasn't competent enough to get Lee off, why did anyone expect him to get himself off? Oh my god, that was so fucking perfect. Holy shit. Damn, that was good. That was fucking good.
Saying it's night and day, dude. The contrast and quality, you know? But anyway, I'm sure the fucking YouTubers, you know, with the long hair down to his ankles and beard and the low voice, I'm sure he knows exactly how to make a great film. So, you know, he's going to take...
Who the fuck is he talking about? I know I may not know my, like, YouTuber lore and drama like some people, but who is the YouTuber with long hair and a beard and a low voice that knows how to make a great movie? Long hair and a beard. I don't know. I don't have a fucking clue here. I thought he was, I was kind of, he's talking about Moist Critical. Oh, you're right. Also, just want to mention this, since he's, doing a Moist Critical diss here, Moist Critical actually did make a comic book. I know it's not a movie. Right? He's personally offended by that review, which I did watch. He did make a comic book with Stephanie Phillips. That was actually pretty good. I read the first issue. I didn't continue it. And I didn't know who Moist Critical was at the time. The only reason I read it is because Stephanie Phillips was attached. He's not... I hate when people conflate this, right? I can review a movie, or I can review a comic book. I can review a song, right? And give you my opinion, tell you some things that I like, tell you what I didn't like, tell you what worked, what didn't, compare it to, you know, another movie, compare it to the first movie. I can do all those things and still not be able to create music or movies or comics. Just because I am not a musician doesn't mean I can't criticize music. Just because I am not a filmmaker doesn't mean I can't criticize the movies that I actually do watch. That is the most gaslighty bullshit I have ever heard. I hate when people do that. I hate it. Well, I bet you couldn't do better. Yeah, no. No shit. That's why I don't. That's why I'm criticizing it. Yeah. Of course I can't make a better movie. I don't have $200 million to play with. Gary said, I mean, you get grape scenes that make you mad, like in The Crow, and then you have sad, mean-spirited scenes in hillbilly horror movies that drag... Okay, I get what you mean now. Okay, I totally get what you mean now. The scene in The Crow is why I don't rewatch The Crow, right? It's a good movie. It's a great movie. But it is horrifying. It is horrific. But that's the point of it, right? It's supposed to be horrific. I see what you mean as compared to like comparing sad, weird to like horrific like that, or anger inducing. They should all be anger inducing, but when it's sad and weird, I totally get it now, Gary. Bye, Tavia.
He's gonna tell you that Joker's dog shit or something like that, or some other YouTubers are gonna tell you it's dog shit. It's bad, even though they could never make or inspire to make anything close to it, or even watch anything that's close to it.
Oh, this is wild. I don't think any of us have ever made a movie. I don't think 99.999% of people that review films and TV are involved in films or TV. Now, there are some that are, or there are some that start production companies or something like that. Sure, there are those examples. But does that now mean that he is not allowed to say, he clearly didn't like Deadpool versus Wolverine, right? You're actually not allowed to say that, buddy boy, because you don't make movies as good as that. Black Phoenix, I'm 100% with you. I won't actually, if I know ahead of time that there is a essay type scene, any type of essay type scenes, I will not watch it. I don't care how good the movie is. I will actively avoid that media. To the point where I could be missing out on something really good. But you know what? It's not something I want to see. I will absolutely avoid it.
Fucking hell. These same people will say Deadpool Wolverine's a good film. 90% of the audience.
He really... Okay, so, definitely a DC fanboy. I get it. Right? I am not... Gary, now that you told me that happens, I will never watch that. Ever. I won't read. Like, I know people love Berserk. Right? No, I won't read it. Fuck no. I get that you're a DC fanboy. I totally get it. I do. And you wanted this to be good so bad. I was right there with you. And I'm really fucking glad you enjoyed it. I wish I was right there with you with that. But to gaslight all the people that spent money on their tickets, to gaslight all the people that enjoyed the first movie and didn't like the second one, to pretend like they're fucking stupid, is crazy. Now, some of them may be. That's fair. But not all of them. And to pretend otherwise is insane to me. To be fair, Mo said, to be fair, that Deadpool Wolverine was a terrible movie. It was like leagues behind the first two movies. How they did that is wild to me. Because I really enjoyed the first Deadpool movie. I thought it was funny and clever in ways. I like the second one almost better. First off, it did have it did have Gina Carano. That helped. And I liked what they did with Domino. I liked like the luck-based power, how we seen that Peter. Like there was a lot of really cool stuff in those movies. What was her name? Was it Veronica? I don't remember. The girl that was in Gotham is also in that movie, and I loved her. I think she did a great job. The romance in the second one was so well done. And the third one just felt like weird cameo fire, multiversal shenanigans. Who wants all the rest of their movies to be about multiverses this year? You guys in for it? What's the next big movie that's coming out? It's better be about the multiverse or I'm not watching it. Free Gina Carano. Wait. Is she not free? Is she kidnapped? I don't know. I don't know anything about it. It just... The multiverse initially was such a cool concept, right? Like, read Multiversity. Even if you hate multiverses, you'll at least gain some respect for the pure amount of work people like Grant Morrison put into that. Like, I still love looking at some of those character designs, right? Like, what's the characters where they're like all fashion models? Like, come on. That's so fucking cool. I love them. The gender swapped Earth was specifically an Earth where the gender swaps exist, right? So you didn't really have that in the main universe, which was cool. Keep it over there, right? I don't mind some gender swaps. I'm just saying. Like, Multiversity was a work of art. But after that, everything went downhill. Everything went downhill. And I can't imagine it's going to get any better from here. Though I will say the Miles Morales stuff is better. Robert, I don't have an email from you, by the way. Miles Morales did it pretty well. But Deadpool and Wolverine is perfect. You people are the reason. Oh my God. You people are the reason fans never get what they want. Because you always want more and there's no point. Thunderdome, fight me. You can't be serious. I mean, I'm 100% down for a Thunderdome. But you can't be serious. It is not perfect. It is not. Holy shit. Nope, Robert, not in spam. Not this time.
I love that film. So it makes sense why they wouldn't like
Good morning, Puddin'.
Because they're stupid. Because you're stupid. Anyway, that's it for now. That's my thoughts on it. Comment below. Let me know your thoughts. If you didn't like the movie, you're probably going to say the same 5 things everybody else is saying, so just keep it to yourself. Nobody cares. Bye-bye for now.
God damn. What an insufferable little twat. Holy shit. Gary, thank you so much. This movie should have been a Two-Face movie, focusing on Harvey trying to get Joker, but it showed how he became Two-Face, not a muscle. I mean, I would have loved to seen a Two-Face movie. This could have also served, and it did in its own way, but it could have served as an actual origin for Harley, right? It could have been the subplot to this, whereas it just was Harley's there, and Joker is a sad little puppy dog, and she's just there, and she's gonna leave him Oh, I got it now, Robert. But I I think they have so many characters that they could work with, like Harvey Dent, that would have served them better than what they did with this movie. I love how the very end of this, he says, keep it to yourself, when I most definitely did not. Like, why are you putting a video out publicly, but you don't want people to comment? I meant musical, but autocorrect. Wait, what did I say wrong? Oh, I thought you meant you didn't want Harvey to be like a brute, like a muscle man. Musical, yeah. I agree with that. Puddin says, yep, call the audience dumb. That'll work. It always does, right? And don't get me wrong. There are fucking stupid people out there that lack media literacy or whatever you want to call it. For sure. And we're all guilty of that from time to time. But this is not a deep movie. This is not... There are certain elements that make it feel like there is a story to be told. But again, I know he's not going to like how I say this. The execution is flawed. The way it was presented to an audience of kind of, let's be real, dude bros. Not a dude bro, myself. But that was the target demo for the first audience. What did you expect? Let's see the comments. I did comment, and then I deleted it. Because I was like, nah, I'm only a minute in, and we got to go over this, because this is crazy. The Joker films feels like a funhouse mere reflection of each other. Both are accurate and disoriented, a bold version. Excellent review. It seems that yourself and Richard Meyer are the only two YouTubers that are not spouting what Meyer has called the birthday party. Oh, this is Samuel Sierra. So check this video. Author all along. First impressions of Joker delay of you. Again, it seems... I don't know what a birthday party clown is. It's something that I guess diversity in comics is calling people, but I don't know what it is. I always thought a birthday party clown was like a happy, let's make everybody like laugh and giggle because all the 4-year-olds want to see cute little balloons made into puppies and pull flowers out of your sleeve. I don't know what a birthday I don't know what it is. I don't know. Oh no. Tristan is against clown porn. I am not. I am not against clown porn. I will not kink shame. But let's be real. That scene was so uncomfortable. Velma has, oh no. Is Joseph gonna be okay? Velma's been canceled. Velma's been officially canceled. Well, I thought we heard that before. What about the ending? Do you think it makes sense to get the Joker killed and it's not even the Joker? The ending was brilliant. Arthur is not the Joker. He never was. Joker has no origin. We don't know the Joker's real name. That is not true. Also not true. That's Joker year 1. What? That's not true. Arthur admitted there is no Joker and taking responsibility for what he did made him morally better than anyone. Oh my god! The fucking murderer is morally better than anybody in the movie. What the fuck? The man that smothered his mother in her sleep is morally better than everybody. Oh my god, this isn't real. This is parody. I'm convinced. I'm convinced. I am fucking convinced. At this point. They completely forgot the lawyer. Yeah. Yeah. The murderer is morally better than everybody in this movie. Fuck the lawyer. Fuck Gary. Fuck all the people that aren't murderers. Right? Okay. Okay. We were gonna do Jackbox yesterday. I wasn't able to. I felt so bad. Fucking gotta be getting sick of my bullshit. And I feel so bad. Canceling on everybody. And it's my fault. I promise. I'm sorry. Alright, guys, we're gonna wrap up. But that comment has to this has gotta be satire. This has gotta be satire. After that, it's gotta be satire. I really wanna know what a birthday party clown is, though. I don't understand the diversity in comics lore that's new. And I don't get why birthday party clowns are a thing. Because I guess that's a thing now. Alright, guys. We are going to wrap up for the day. Tomorrow we'll probably finish, what's tomorrow, Wednesday? Probably finish, casting of Frank Stone. I was gonna do it today, but then I seen that and we had to have a good giggle, because I'm still fucking mad at this movie. I will see you guys all later. Bye-bye.